Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. I hope you're subscribed, you've followed, you've hit the like notification button, and you're dropping your comments, and of course you're sharing to your friends. My name is Idowu Olaiwola, and I just want to talk to you real quick about my IELTS experience. IELTS is the International English Language Testing System, and if you want to travel to the US, UK, Canada, and all these other countries where English language is the first language or the official language, you will need that test, either for schooling, study, or for getting a job. So that's why there are two parts of the exam: the academic and the general testing. The academic is for schooling, study, and the general testing is for jobs or immigration. So there's a requirement, and they usually have a cutoff, which is between, most of the time, 5 or 6, depending on the country, and then it can go as high as 7, 8 for some courses or some situations that you're trying to get into. So long story short, I wrote the exam and I scored a band 7, and that's why I'm here to talk to you about the major pitfalls or mistakes you can make during your preparation for the exam. Some mistakes I made myself, even though I watched a lot of YouTube videos and I did a lot of research, I still made those mistakes on the exam day. I'm trying to advise you how to stay away from or to avoid those mistakes. So one of the first things I didn't do was I didn't practice the reading test so much, because I assumed that because I do a lot of reading every day. I read a lot of blogs, I even read books. But IELTS reading is specific. It's not the generic, the typical kind of reading experience we have on the internet these days. There are topics you need to read up on, and you need to read widely on all those topics so that the vocabulary will stick. The choice of words that IELTS would expect you to use is different from what we use on a daily basis, especially coming from our country. I'm from Nigeria, where we speak English, but we find a way to bring it down to our level, nothing foreign, and the colloquialisms, the lifestyle, the culture, and our local languages are definitely different from what IELTS or the English language and culture is. So finding that balance is what preparation will help you do. So staying away from studying reading, because you already read a lot, is not going to help you. You need to read widely, and that was why I scored a 6.5 in my reading test. You don't want to make that mistake. You want to pay attention to reading. Reading is a very, very, very big deal. Another mistake you will make is not to pay attention to writing. I've written 2 books already. Writing these days is quite easy, because after doing your research, it's pretty easy to articulate your content without having to do a lot of work on your English, because you are writing on a specific topic. Writing on a specific topic is different from writing for English language testing. So there are specific ways of checking your grammar, there are ways of checking your vocabulary, there are ways of even checking your plagiarism, whether you are copying what somebody else has written before. And these are things you need to prepare for. And there are formats. There are the beginning part of your essay writing, which is going to be like an introduction. They expect you to be specific and state that it's an introduction. And then there's a conclusion part, and of course the body, which is broken down maximum into 2 paragraphs. So your writing shouldn't be more than 4 paragraphs, especially with part 2 of the IELTS exam. So imagine you go in and then you just write 1 paragraph, or maybe you don't even meet up the 250 word minimum requirements, right? So these are 2 areas that almost got me to, I almost failed the exam because of them. I scored 6.0 and 6.5 in them, so I want to call your attention to it real quick, so when you get into the preparation you know what to pay attention to. I don't know what you would have a problem with. I speak a lot of English in my communication with my customers and my friends, so I didn't have a lot of problem with speaking and listening, because I listen a lot in English as well, and I expect that the average person who wants to travel abroad should be ready for that type of interaction with different people from your culture. You should know that by now you won't be relating to people in Yoruba or Pidgin or Hausa or Igbo, right? So I expect you to be ready to listen to people in English and to be able to speak to people in Pidgin. So with those two, I scored highly, and I expect that you will score highly as well. But for writing and reading, it's a little more technical, and you might need to do some more practice than the usual. So I hope today's video has been able to help you, and if the tips have been useful for you, please do well to share with your friends who you know will need this content. And I'll see you in the next video. My name is Ido. Please follow, like, share, subscribe, comment, and thank you for watching. See you around.